Well, thank you all for joining us today. I am so glad to have some partners with me that I work with here in Southwest Florida. So as you all know, I'm Felicia Saraceno with Naples Paradise Living Real Estate here. And we just went through a really tumultuous hurricane right now. And so we're in recovery mode, but it's really important to meet my special guest that I have today. So today I am so happy to have with me Keith Hilton and Jamie LeBron from One Insurance. So welcome.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate you having us on to be able to help your clients and ours. So, yep, I am Keith Hilton with One Group Insurance. I handle everything you could think of insurance-wise: home, auto, umbrella, boat, motorcycle. Specifically here in Southwest Florida, the biggest hurdles we find are with the home insurance. There's a lot of different reasons for that we could get into if you want at any point. And Jamie works with me. She handles client relations. Most of the time, your first communication with us will be through Jamie. She's going to onboard you, let you know everything that I'm going to need to do what I do. And what that is, I take your information and the situation at hand, and we take that to the insurance marketplace. We do as much upfront underwriting to determine your proper eligibility. Once we do that, I review it with you as comprehensive or as uncomprehensive as you want it. Some people just want to get through this insurance. We're here to make that easy.
We are, in a really interesting space right now. We just went through the worst hurricane that Southwest Florida has seen in a while, and so folks are in that cleanup mode. But majority of people have, begun to come down to take a look at their homes, to start those next steps. And within doing that, what are some tips that you can provide to them as they're coming back into the marketplace and taking a look at their homes right now?
Yeah, that's great. So one of the things with insurance, again, a lot of people view it as a necessary evil, right? We don't think about it until all of a sudden we need it. So one of the things, kind of hindsight's always 2020. Take pictures of everything. If you have a home watch company, if you're out of town, if you have a friend or family, a neighbor that you trust, have them go to your house, photograph everything. The photographs are going to have timestamps on it. That can work as proof for your carrier when you are settling a claim. Then when you're coming back, again, hindsight's going to be 2020. We're going to see some of the kinks in our armor, if you will, on your insurance policy, some things that you probably should have had, some things that maybe you're paying for that you don't need. So it's always a good time to reevaluate your insurance. My recommendation, and Jamie hears me say it all the time to my clients, and so do all my clients, the best long-term goal for your insurance in Southwest Florida, Florida in general, you want to have an effective date or a renewal outside of hurricane season, right? The reason for that, when hurricane season's coming, the carriers are prepping for it. They're going to give themselves limits or thresholds, how much new business they want to write until they reach the exposure that they want, and then they stop writing. So right now, we're in hurricane season for about another month and a half. After November 30th, once we get into that December range, we want to start reshopping. Carriers that are going to be coming down from this, and nobody's really sure how well it's going to go, to be totally straightforward. Once the dust settles and they can really assess the full damage, there's some carriers that aren't going to be here next year. I mean, it's just the way it works at this point. Certain carriers are not going to be here. So what you can do right now, if you have a policy that's still in place and intact, absolutely give us a call to review it if you want. But if you have that policy that's going to go in past December 1st, I recommend to everybody hold on to it and let's revisit it outside of hurricane season to start thinking long term. We just want to get through it for the policy period we're in and everything like that. But if you get a high rate increase, a non-renewal, a cancellation, you're going to give yourself a far better experience and far more options if that takes place between December and June 1st, before June 1st. So that's just one quick tip.
That's great. It's really important. And, for folks like myself, my insurance renews in hurricane season.
Yeah. A lot of people's do.
Yes. So it's really frustrating. So what do you recommend for those folks? Should they let it renew and then reshop outside of hurricane season?
Absolutely. Great question. So yeah, that's actually a recommendation I gave just earlier this morning to somebody. They have a renewal date. I think it's November 5th, November 6th. They got a renewal offer, which is a win right now. A lot of people are getting non-renewed. So take that renewal offer. There's no guarantee, but statistically, we should be able to find you a better option or a more comparative option once we get into December and January. The cool thing about insurance for the policyholder, you're not stuck. Technically, it's a pay per day contract. So if you take your total premium minus fees and surcharges, divide that by 365 days, that's how much you're technically paying per day. If you cancel 2 months, 6 months into the policy period, you get back all unused premium. So you're never stuck.
And for those folks who are coming into the market right now, what advice do you have for them who are looking to purchase?
Thing is, let's review your inspections. The 4-point inspection for older homes, obviously, the 4-point inspection, the wind mitigation are our end all be all when it comes to insurance, right? It's where everything starts and ends. So what I do, which is a little bit of a different approach than a lot of agents take, I review that 4-point inspection with you top to bottom, not only to determine your eligibility now, but get you starting to think about what you're going to need to take care of in the next 3 to 5 years. Just put it on the back burner so you know, so nothing's a shock. And then that wind mitigation. The wind mitigation is the biggest levels of discounting in our market. So the wind mitigation tells the carriers how fortified your home is in the event of a storm. Talks about how the roof is tied down to the walls, how the decking's tied down to the truss. All of the windows and doors, that's your openings, if they're protected, whether it's shutters or impact rated glass. That's going to be where you see the biggest discounts. So we review those together. We look at the situation as it is right now, and then plan for what you can do to gain control of your insurance premium going forward. And again, right now, for some people, the only option might be Citizens, which is the state ran insurance carrier, self-proclaimed the insurer of last resort. So we might want to go with them technically for maybe a quarter or 6 months and then revisit it outside of hurricane season and see if we can get you switched over.
That's really great news. That gives some folks some hope right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so this is great information for folks who aren't in our area down here. You said for older homes, you would get the 4 points inspection and the wind mit inspection. What age of the home would that qualify for?
So the 4-point inspection, literally less than a year ago, it used to be for homes 30 years or older. Last January, there's been a few carriers now starting to require it, even if it's just 20 years or older. It doesn't hurt to get it, especially if you're going to get a deal from your inspector, because even though your home, let's say a carrier doesn't require you to get the 4-point because your home's 25 years of age, but that same carrier might want to see proof of partial repiping that was done within the last 25 years, or a new air conditioning unit, because they're not going to want an air conditioning unit that's 25 years old. It might not hurt to get the 4-point done so we know where we stand for the future. The wind mitigation now, it's going to be more case by case, depending on the carrier. So that's one thing. We're appointed with over 50 carriers. So when I run these numbers through the system, I'm running it with everybody that writes insurance in Florida. Every carrier is a little different. So it's not so black and white as far as, yes, you need to get it for this year, or no, you don't. Because the wind mitigation, depending on the carrier, they're going to give assumed credits. For certain homes that are built in 2020, you're going to get the full opening protection credit, regardless of a wind mit. But again, that's with certain carriers. So what I do to try to make it so it's more financially beneficial to my clients, to our clients, is I'll run the numbers prior. Like if you give me an address and you want me to take a look, I'll see what assumed credits the best carrier is coming back with. And then I'll go in and I'll change those credits to the most beneficial. If you think you have X, but I'm only giving you Y, let's change it. Let's see what the pricing is. If it saves you more than what the inspection costs, let's get a wind mitigation done.
It's been really informative. And if someone wants to get in touch with you, if they have any questions or if they would like to, ask you to take a look at their insurance, what's the best way for them to do that?
So Jamie, you want to read off your contact info quick? Jamie, again, is going to be the first touch. She's my eyes and ears. She helps me more than I can even explain. Most times you guys are going to talk with her first. She's going to kind of onboard you, let you know what you need to send to get the ball rolling, and then I'll pick it up from there. But that's not the end of you and Jamie. Jamie's going to touch you on the back end, any type of servicing questions or needs. Jamie's your go-to, and she's very knowledgeable, and mostly everybody loves her. So
That's true. This is all true.
You guys are awesome. Well, you can always give me a call at 239-935-9423 or text me. I'll get back to you. Or you can email me at jlebron@onegroup.com.
Awesome.
And onegroup.com is spelled out O-N-E.
Correct.
ONEGROUP, and J is the letter J, LeBron, LEBRON at onegroup.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you both so much. This is really informative, and I can't wait to share it with all my folks because this is a hot topic right now. So
Thank you so much, Felicia. We appreciate being on and helping serve your clients and growing our businesses together. It's wonderful. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for all that you do for the community, Felicia. It's really
Yeah.
awesome.
oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I look forward to working with you more in the future. If anyone
Same
has
here.
any questions, please feel free to reach out to them. Or if you need to reach out to me, and I'll connect you. And once again, it's Felicia Saraceno with Naples Paradise Living with Keller Williams here in the Naples, Florida area. Have a great day.
Have a good one.